If you are an African and you live in the UK, please, I beg of you, pause whatever you're doing, watch this video to the end. These Nigerian families has just been deported from the UK because of one mistake that they made which cost them everything. This is the story of Elizabeth Oguntoye, whom with her husband and 2 kids moved to the UK in the year 2022 in pursuit of a better future. However, what they thought was going to give them a greener pasture turned into a nightmare. Elizabeth, according to the story, had a very good job in Nigeria. She was working for a newspaper. Everything was going well for her. Her husband had a very good career in an engineering sector, and her kids were attending a big school in Nigeria. But because of the jackpot dream and the trend of relocating, she persuaded her husband, saying, "Honey, let's move to the UK. I think we're going to do even more better there, this and that." Okay, the husband was like, "No problem, you want us to move to the UK. How are we going to move to the UK?" Then she said she came across an agent a friend referred her to, that this agent said they were going to do like a visiting visa for her and her kids with her husband to move to the UK. And when they come here, they will sort themselves, they will start working, their kids will be going to school. Wrong information. The husband was not taking this at all. He said, first off, we don't have anybody in the UK to invite us into the country. If you were going to get invitation, at least you should have someone in the UK, whether a friend, whether a brother or a sister, to give us an invitation to come into the country. Second of all, invitation to another country does not legally means you can work. It doesn't give you the right to work in the country. Neither does it give your kids any form of right to school in that country. The husband was unsettled with all of this. But you know the way we women are now, Elizabeth Oguntoye kept persuading her husband, saying, "Oh, look at my friend Chiamaka is already in the UK. Her kids are already attending school. Chiamaka is doing well. And look at my friend Omolara, she's already in the UK. What are we doing in this Nigeria? Let us move. Yes, we have a good job, but you know the insecurity, all of that. She kept persuading this man. And you know, we women, when we want something, we go for it. We don't listen. I mean, most of us women are like that. Eventually, the man gave in. Like they said, a happy wife is what? A happy home. So this man eventually gave in. He said, "No problem. How can we kickstart this process?" Oh, Elizabeth was so delighted. She was over the moon. He said, "Honey, don't worry. We'll have to start selling some of our assets, our properties, our investment." They sold all their landed properties. They sold their cars. Even houses that they had, they sold everything. Put all the money together and gave it to this agent to start the visa processing into the UK. And there's nothing wrong with relocation. Don't get me wrong. But coming with a visit visa doesn't make any sense. And not just coming alone, coming with your kids. But Elizabeth doesn't want to listen at all. They eventually did everything. The year 2022, they removed their kids from school, they packed up their luggages and journeyed to the UK. A journey that will cost them every single thing. A journey that will make them shed bitter tears. A journey that will destroy the family, once a loving family. So they came in after 1 week, 2 weeks, you know, the blues of being in a new country, taking pictures here and there, posting it on Facebook, on WhatsApp, saying, "Oh, I finally arrived, I'm in the abroad, you know, Obodo Yibo dreams," all of those things. But when they started exchanging their money, exchanging their naira into pounds to pay gas, to buy food, to, you know, do 1 or 2, it started dawning on them that, oh my gosh, have we just been scammed? Have we been lied to by this agent? Because this agent told them, "Oh, missus, just come into the country. Don't worry, visit visa now. You go feel wrong, sir. People are doing it. You'll be able to navigate your way. All those kind of stuff. Don't worry, I've got people that will take care of you. I know, stand by. The agent was just saying all of this just because of what he wants to gain. And you know, coming to the UK, most especially as a visitor, you need to show proof of fund. You need to buy your flight ticket on your own. This is not the case of sponsorship at all by a country. This is them doing it on their own. Calculate all of the money they used in buying flight ticket for the family of 4. That is Elizabeth, her husband, and the 2 kids. Renting accommodation. Doing this, doing that. They were already short pockets. They started changing their money. Before you know, they went drain. Elizabeth had to resort to doing illegal jobs. So she came across some fellow people, you know, where she lives in Liverpool. When she came across them, they were like, oh no, you know, they took consideration of her problem. They offered to give her a job to work without paper. You guys know what that means. So she started working without paper, which is a very dangerous thing to do. What they call dagbo in this country. It is a very dangerous thing to do, because now you are the mercy of nobody. When you are being caught, you'll be arrested and it will lead to deportation. So many stories like this has happened in time past. So Elizabeth now, out of frustration, she needs to feed the kids. The kids were not even going to school because she has no legal right to be in this country. The kids were just at home. Kids that we were so bright in Nigeria, attending one of the best schools in Lekki. They were now at home, doing nothing. The husband himself was home doing nothing. And because of this frustration, they kept having problems. The husband and wife kept quarreling every single day. And the kids became withdrawn. Kids that used to be sharp, they became withdrawn. So Elizabeth started doing this job in a restaurant in Liverpool. She was doing this job, you know, without paper. She kept doing this job. She did it for over 2 years. From late 2022 to 2024, she kept doing this job. You know, everything seems to be quite okay. Not there yet. At least they could feed. They could buy gas. They could heat up their house, buy electricity. Then, unfortunately, one day, when she was at work, immigration busted. Immigration busted and raided that area. Not only the restaurant, but every other area, because they got a tip to say there are some illegals working in this side without any form of paper or legal right to be in the UK. So unfortunately for Elizabeth, she was busted, and when she was busted, she was arrested, detained, and they started questioning her, you know, do you have any right? Show your right to work, this and that, that and that. She couldn't show nothing. Eventually she gave in to say she also have husband in the country and 2 kids in the country, and guess what, these kids are below the age of 6. I'm talking about 2-year-old child and a 5-year-old child. You know, she thought that mentioning these kids were going to make the immigration officer have mercy on her and take consideration into her situation to pardon her. But that is a lie. One thing I like about the UK, I would always say, nobody's above the law. No matter what you think you are or what stage you think you are, nobody's above the law. So when she mentioned she had a husband and 2 kids also living with her, they took her to where she stays, and along with the kids, they detained them too. And the very next day, they put them on a straight flight from England to Lagos, Nigeria. And guess what? All of the money she has worked doing illegal job were all taken. She has no right to take that money with her. So you see the fruitless journey just because of one wrong information by our agents. Now, when this story came out, people were blaming the agent, calling him agent of doom, fraudster, this and that. But I also believe Elizabeth has a very big role to play in this, because she's not a kid first to start with. Would they say put your hands in fire and you will put your hand? Would they say choose stone and you would choose stone? I mean, she's the full-grown adult with kids for that matter. It shows how responsible she is And that responsibility should have played in all of our decision. These were people that was not even managing at home. They were doing alright. Do you know what it means to stay in Lekki Phase 1? To have a property in Lekki Phase 1, another landed property scattered all across Lagos, and for your kids to be attending one of the top schools in Nigeria. It shows they were really, really, really sound. And if they ever wanted to relocate, they could have done it the right way. I mean, her husband has a very good career in Nigeria, or had rather. He could have used his engineering background to move to the UK via the skilled worker visa. She was a graduate of psychology and she works with a newspaper. She could also use a role to move into the UK via a skilled worker visa or a global talent visa. But because of the urge and the haste of wanting to relocate, seeing all of her friends moving at the same time, she landed into this situation. This is an eye-opener for every one of us today. Let's beware. Not every relocation dream seems to lead one into greener pasture. Take your time. Plan. Make sure you're coming in rightly. Follow the law and do it properly. So Elizabeth's dream were shattered. The kids now back to Nigeria after 3 years in the UK, because this just happened in March. The husband now back to Nigeria with no job. With no job because he quit his job because of his wife. Elizabeth too, no job. All their properties sold and gone. What will they fall back to? I myself, I don't know. I've thought about this situation. I've reasoned it. My heart broke. My heart broke for the kids, most especially. It's such a sad ordeal. It's such a sad one. But like I said, an open eyes is an open mind. Reason well, think well, don't follow the trend. Relocation is good. It has been in existence even from time past, but come in legally. Every countries have opened legal pathway for immigrants to move in and contribute to their country. Don't come in via visit visa. If anybody has been telling you, come in with visit visa, oh, you will seek asylum, you will do this, you will do that, you can work, we'll help you, runs it. Please don't listen to them. I beg of you. I've been in this country for quite some while to know how things work and play here. Please don't listen to them. Tell them no. Do it rightly. If you want someone to guide you, hold your hand via relocation with job sponsorship. I'm your best girl to do that. I could put you through. I could show you and open your eyes to the possibility out there to get jobs with sponsorship legally, legitimately, genuinely. Let's do it rightly. Please share this video to anyone you think it may help, as I believe someone out there may just need to listen to this. Thank you so much once again for tuning in.